This is it!
Yay.
The final night of 2019, and look who's all back. It's the old weekly gang. That's Brianna. Stone, if you don't remember who he is. Seth.
Stone, yeah.
Stone.
Just Stone.
There you go. Hey, but by the way, this isn't a weekly episode.
Nope.
What is it?
The 2019 year in review.
Scituate's year in review. That's right. Look, we're down a whole ton of stuff. We're going to go over headlines. We're talking residents in the news, things we lost that left Scituate in 2019, fails of the year right here in town, and the most intense Scituate. I'm nervous about this.
Intense.
Scituate Showdowns.
Bam, bam.
A lot of drama. A lot of drama. It was a doozy of a year.
It really was.
Ready to do that?
Let's buckle up.
All right, we're going to do headlines. Let's just do these headlines. These are the top headlines of 2019, okay? So let's start with number 6. Number 6 is the bomb cyclone. You weren't here for this in October. Everyone knows this. Overnight, everyone went to bed. And it was a little windy. And then overnight, the bomb cyclone hit Scituate head on. If you don't know this, I mean, everybody did know this. It was, you know that if you were in Cohasset or even in Marshfield, you had no idea about this. It hit Scituate straight on. Boats were all tossed around, trees were down everywhere on homes and roads. Power went out for almost 3+ days for some people.
Oh no!
It was crazy. It was crazy. By the way, if you don't know what this is, it's a phenomenon that describes a storm with plummeting atmospheric pressure. So what happened is we went to bed, and then overnight that atmospheric pressure down. And you remember this? I mean, I remember waking up and it's that weird quiet. Because all the power's out, you know, and you knew something was off or wrong a little bit, and then I remember driving around town and being like, oh, yeah, the generators went for a good long while. And isn't it funny, that's how you always know when the power goes back on, because the generators sort of start blending into the background.
Playing.
You know. Anyway, that was let's go to 5. It is the boat fire in the harbor. You know this. Yes. Scituate Harbor boat fire. That was back in June. The choppers, everything. If you didn't know, a family was fueling up their boat when it caught fire. In total, 8 people were hurt. Now, one element with this that I didn't know is 4 young men.
Yes. It's a great heroic story.
It is fantastic. Just so you know, these 4 men, 2 of them were working for the yacht club, 2 were. Or were they all working for the yacht club?
Well, I know a lot of them were working. Yeah, one of them was working at the gas station, and then a few of them. The other few were either harbor master, like apprentices and stuff.
So they got a boat, tied it to the burning boat, and dragged it further out to sea, so it didn't do any more destruction. The chief even said that move. I mean, that's avoided a huge catastrophe. They did get an honor, by the way, at that Selectman meeting after the incident. Here they are.
So these gentlemen pulled up in the harbor master unit. First thing they did is try to clear the docks, tell all the boats to get off the dock immediately. They pulled up, and at that point, the boat was starting to burn off. The lines burned off, and the boat was starting to float away. This boat was going to float north into probably about 4 or 5 boats and cause a catastrophe. What they did, their actions was very dangerous, very swift, but they succeeded, and they put a line around the bow, and they towed this boat out to a nearby mooring to get it away from harm's way. So this minimized the impact to the marina, to hundreds of thousands of dollars in boat damage.
These guys.
A hazard that we probably still be dealing with now. So the actions of these 4 young gentlemen, these 4 young men, could have saved lives, but definitely saved a lot of property, a lot of impact from this fire, and the swift actions you commended tonight.
Yeah, and I know the attendant, like if he hit the emergency shutoff and got a fire extinguisher, like he knew exactly what to do under pressure.
Amazing.
Like, I don't think I'd be able to do that. I'd be screaming.
Me neither.
Out. Yeah.
Most of you run from things. You don't go towards it.
No, he helped them get off the boat and everything. Like,
wow, well done. Okay, number 4. The Scituate High School boys cross country team won a match. They did, and it's been how long? You were on the cross country team. How long? Decades?
It's been a very, very long time. Yeah, I can't say exactly how many years, but like I know that there was, when I started freshman year, there were seniors who had never seen a win, and then even further beyond that. And all I remember is just we weren't trying to win any of the matches that we go to. We were just running. And that was it. And you know what? To finally hear that we won, I thought it was a joke.
They won. I think they did 3. Didn't they get more than 1?
They got more than 1, yes.
I think so.
Nice.
Well done, boys.
Yeah, I think we did great.
It took him to leave the team to finally get a win.
I was setting them back quite a bit. I wasn't all too great, but yeah.
Okay, number 3, the senior center, it passed.
Yay!
Finally, after years, if not decades on this, the voters finally approved the town moving ahead. As we all know, Community Campus Project.
Oh, yeah.
2020.
2020. I mean, we'll see how that's going along here. Now, the one of the individuals that we well know, Gordon Price. So this came out. You were with me at the election when this came.
Oh.
Remember this? And Gordon Price, we caught him right after it was announced that it had passed. He was very, very emotional. Look at this.
How's it feel? I mean, I think we can tell from your face.
I'm speechless.
Yeah.
20 years in the making. It was fun to get that.
Yeah. Congratulations.
It's going to be a great facility for the community.
Absolutely.
And it's going to be, we're going to wonder why it didn't happen sooner, but it's okay. Looks like we've got it now, so we're going to move ahead, and hopefully a year from now we'll all be there for the grand opening.
A lot of emotion there.
A lot of emotion. It was short-lived, though, because guess what?
Yeah.
Someone got a recount on that. How'd those numbers change in the recount?
Almost nothing.
Nothing at
right?
all.
Oh, they didn't change at all.
My recount
Didn't change
was
at all.
just as good.
How much did it cost the town?
$5,000.
$5,000. $5,000.
I think the person who says the recount, if they lose the recount, they should have to shovel up the money. Just
Oh.
saying.
That's a good
If
caveat.
they lose,
actually-
it's like a bet, you know? It's like, oh, double or nothing, you know?
Well, it's
And
like
if they lose, they got to pay
It's like, yeah, with football, like if you throw the red flag,
Yes,
that
and
you
if you
lose.
challenge the play and you lose, you have to give up one of your
You should talk to
timeouts.
town hall about that.
I like that. Well, I think it's a whole legislation and like thing with like. I think
We'll
it's
do
like-
it.
Yes, yeah, they're legal. All right, number 2, the car into the bank on Front
that's a big
Street.
story.
Were you here for
Cameron
this?
wasn't here for this.
I think I just left.
It was
and I
September,
remember-
yes, you're correct. September, if you don't know, that car, it was what, a truck, and it clipped a car, we believe, on Front Street, drove
Yep.
straight into the front door of the Mountain One Bank. It was open. People were inside doing business
that's
when
where the
this
ATM
happened.
See, I wonder if they
is.
thought they were getting robbed. Like,
Oh,
if
God,
I'm gonna
can you
rob a
imagine?
bank, maybe
I don't
to
know.
blow open the doors,
Oh, yeah.
Drive a truck
I would
through
think
it?
someone was going to rob me.
Obviously,
That happened.
the driver was hurt, but I mean, otherwise, they really cleaned that up in a
Very
fast
quickly.
I remember
fashion.
coming back for Thanksgiving and seeing boards over it.
Yeah.
Right.
And I was like, what is that?
And you and I had perfect timing. We had just left that dog park. We saw there was activity, so
was
we
like,
just happened
why
to
are all
swing
these
by.
ambulances going
And
by?
people, we were in the SCTV van, and people were like pointing. They're like, that way,
yeah.
that way.
I had my badge. It really worked
Oh,
out
you
well.
guys have
crazy.
badges? When am I going to get a badge?
Never.
Figure that out. You ready for that number 1 story of 2019? The May election, specifically the Selectmen race. Come on, folks. Everybody and their mother was talking about this.
Oh.
4 contenders in that Selectmen race were Karen Conley, Andrew Goodrich, John McLaughlin, and William Tibbetts. Okay, look.
Billy Tibbetts.
We all know Tibbetts, and that really was a big factor in this. His campaign style was.
This election was a circus.
Okay, Ruth Thompson from Marin said about it. She's like, we have never seen anything like this, and we never will again.
It was the most interesting thing of the summer, easily.
Oh, easily.
I was
the
like-
year, maybe.
National
That's my
attention.
number 1.
National attention. I told you, over the holidays, I had people that they're sort of like, oh, Scituate, didn't you have that race that happened?
Few stories.
Okay,
back then.
but look, yes, he had a very unique campaigning style, but also we need to point out the victor, Karen Connolly.
Yes.
Her victory, we believe, made history, at least in recent history, by shifting the Selectmen board 3 women, 2 men. Big deal.
It's happening.
And once again, we were there. We were there as those numbers were coming in. We spoke to her. You got her. You
I
went
did.
in there. Remember getting
Yeah.
her? Here's what she said right after that announcement.
3 women, 2 men on the board.
First time in history.
Wow.
It's never happened. And
That is
we've
true.
only had the vote for 100 years as women. So it's a wonderful thing to have happen.
By the way, with that election, guess what? In 2019, your first time voting.
It was, yes.
How was it?
Oh man, it was riveting. Let me tell you. Got a selfie with
With the town clerk,
clerk. Yes, and but it was
Kathy.
yes,
Kathy Gardner.
it was very fun, and it made me feel like a true American.
It was my first time voting for Selectmen.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good. But while we talk Selectmen real quick, I do want to say something about 2019. Longest government meeting.
Oh,
Take a guess which board it was.
Well, I was at it, so I know the answer.
Selectmen, here it is, the exact date, December 3rd.
So, just now.
Yeah, Board of Selectmen, 4 hours, 42 minutes, and 27 seconds. I don't think that includes the break. I think they took a break because it was after midnight, wasn't it? Wasn't it like,
It was right, kissing up against midnight. It was bad.
wow. Shortest? Guess which board had the shortest government meeting of 2019?
Oh, health department, right?
Oh, yeah.
Board of
baby.
Health.
I was there.
Board
That
of
was
Health.
me.
No, wait, I think we beat it. 5 minutes and 47 seconds. You had a very short one too. I think you had like a
8 minutes.
Yeah. No, they beat you. That was
Shaved
on
off
November 4th. November 4th.
Were you
now,
doing that one, Seth?
I actually did do that.
Oh,
Why do I have to do the Selectmen and you can do board
Right,
development?
let me just say this though. The chair was 15 minutes late.
Ooh.
So even when it started, we were still there for like 30 minutes.
Okay, but still.
But it was a 5-minute meeting, so I don't feel bad.
Yeah, you're waiting for the chair, so what are you doing? You're nothing. You're
I'm just saying. You have
not
to be
running the
there.
switcher, you're not doing anything. That's
You're just existing.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, while we're talking 29, we're going to sprinkle in just some fails of, from around town that
know
may have
Seth
happened.
loves
We're not
those.
going to be mean. In fact, we're going to focus on ourselves, meaning the weekly crew first,
Oh.
because,
I'm a big fan.
well, there's that.
Yeah.
And that's an obvious. But then, we talked a lot about Cedar Point and their sewer system problems and blah, blah, blah. And there were some options. And we said one of them was a zero gravity system. Here's the clip. Option 2, zero gravity. That is right.
You guys suggested a zero gravity system?
Okay, I know. Like you hear it now and it's like, okay, that makes no sense. Our good friend.
Elon Musk designing our sewer system? What's going on here?
It was a whole episode, too. It wasn't
Yeah.
just like that one moment.
Yeah.
And there were graphics made.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. Our good friend Will Britton did correct us on that.
Thanks, Will.
It didn't really register as zero
I'm
gravity.
just getting my laughings.
What's it
before I
called?
get stabbed.
A gravity.
Oh, just regular
No zero.
gravity system.
It's just gravities.
Hashtag fail. Hashtag fail.
Ooh, hashtag fail.
All right, you know what? Let's talk the people of the year right now. All right, so these are all the people that have made headlines throughout that year.
You're not on the list.
Cam went to school, so he made that. He
I
graduated.
don't have to.
Well done.
Okay.
Well
All right.
done.
Graduated from
I'm
high
sorry.
school.
Never mind.
All right, so let's get to our first person, and it is Melissa Peralta, also known as.
Glitter Bomb Girl.
Okay, so if you remember her, so her story actually began at the end of 2018, all right? So do you want to explain this? But it really started ramping up at the beginning of 2019, so fill us in on this.
Yeah, so I think it was around this time last year, Melissa had noticed that a lot of her packages were going missing, but they had been delivered. So to combat this thief, she set up the glitter bomb, which has since gone viral. But she put a package, when the thief opened it, glitter everywhere. She did post a follow-up the other day that said that while they did not find that person, no packages have been stolen since, so clearly very effective. She then ran for
She did,
mayor.
yeah. So the St. Patrick's Day mayor. We saw her at the big party. We did talk to her briefly. Take a look at that.
Because no one else was doing it, and they put out a sad article about how no one was going to raise money for the parade, so I figured, why not? It's important to keep traditions going. I think it being a small town, it has a lot to offer, and this parade's a good way to spotlight that and, bring other people that don't know how special Scituate is into the
The other thing I want to talk to you about, so when she did this, she started like this whole like social media presence. What was it called? She had her Twitter account.
Yeah, we talked about it on Weekly.
She was a glitter bomb girl. Detective Peralta on the
Detective
case.
Peralta, you got it.
Oh boy.
And we were a little questioning at first, but I got to say, I mean, if you get a shot at fame, people are like, you have to capitalize on it.
Everyone gets their 15
What
minutes.
Eminem said, right?
All right.
One opportunity.
So
is
well
everything I ever
done.
wanted.
Well done. She's a great girl. Okay, let's move on to Danny Monger. We know this guy, the Monger family, all here. Ellie used to work with us. He's a singer-songwriter, and he got his. I'm still confused by this. If he released it or if Spotify picked it up. It got on Spotify.
Release it onto Spotify.
I don't think Spotify picks music up.
No.
Oh, okay.
You release your own on.
At any rate, it got some traction. It is called Burned. Take a listen to it.
Comfort me, 'cause I can't hear you breathing. There's something we're not seeing. It's let us down before.
I think I said this before. It's a little John Mayer mixed with
So
Ed
John Mayer.
Sheeran, something
Yeah.
in there.
Definitely.
So well done, Danny.
That's very exciting.
And he did. He got featured on a couple radio stations too.
Yeah,
I forget
The
which they
River.
were.
Wow.
No, The River. Yeah. Okay, moving on. Next person, Lisa Huffman. You know who this woman is? She is the current president of the Friends of the Scituate Dog Park, and for her efforts helped get the dog park going. Now, she's not the original president. She did step in. They had a little turnover there, but she was at the helm going into it, and we did what we actually got to talk to. We were at the dog park for the grand opening. We talked to her just briefly about it. Take a listen.
And and it's just been a lot of work, a lot more work than I think any of us ever anticipated. We also didn't think it would take this long to get a dog park built, but to Andrew's point, I mean, it is kind of still a beginning for us because now this park is open, and I think that that's going to encourage people to donate so that we can build phase 2, the small dog park, which will be a half acre for small dogs only.
So well done, Lisa. Well done. That dog park, once again, I say that dog park is packed. And they just announced they got the funding, or they're officially moving forward with the small dog park.
Oh,
Remember, there's one out there, but there's going to be a second one. The one that's currently there will become for the large dogs.
Oh, okay.
I think she said all dogs.
All dogs, yes.
And then the
you're
other
right.
one's just small dogs
Yeah.
only.
You taking Muggsy yet?
No, he's like, he can barely even get off the couch. I mean, come on.
They did. So they've asked us to do a little PSA. They're not. It's all going well out there, but there are some issues, specifically dogs crowding around the fence, like when you first come in.
Really?
Isn't that strange with dogs? There's something about when
they
you
think
see a
it's a door.
door, it's like you want to go to it. They do worry about some children being in there. They're welcome, but you got to really keep an eye on
They
them.
have like a sign. It's just like, there are dogs here, enter at your own risk. Dogs
Yeah.
are
Right.
dogs.
Maybe don't bring toddlers there.
Yeah,
They're encouraging
younger
it, but-
dogs are very.
And the other thing people are doing, this is odd. I don't know. Maybe I don't have a dog, but people aren't taking the dog off the leash when they go into the park.
Do you have
They
to?
keeping them on the leash?
Yeah,
There's
some
no
people
problem
are.
with that.
Well,
you
I guess.
have to, I think, right?
Well, no, you don't have to. But what it's doing is, I guess when the dog is on a leash, and the one that isn't on a leash, there's some aggression because one's trapped and one isn't.
All
It's
right,
weird.
well, we
So they're asking people to get them off the leash.
Parks, though,
I love
and it's
that we're dog
Because if you're
scientists.
walking the dog, you have it on a leash so it knows where to go.
Yeah.
Or at least my dog was just like blind. I got to keep him on a leash, you know? I
don't know.
So,
All right, I'll see that little piece coming up. Finally, the person of the year is actually going to be people of the year. It's the men of the Friends of the Scituate Seniors for taking it all off for a 2020 calendar.
that's awesome.
That's right, stripped down to nothing. Here they are, the
Cam
calendar.
wants to be in it.
I'd do a pose, sure, if it
okay.
raised some money. Yeah.
Yeah, this is doing pretty well too. They said, I was talking to Gordon, and he said a lot of them, when they're out now, they get stopped, and the people ask them to sign the calendar and their specific
Wow.
day. He's in it. The band.
Doc Ellis Band.
Doc Ellis
Why weren't
Band.
you in it?
CP from CP's Pizza.
Oh,
That's
come
not his
on.
name. CP is not his name, sorry. You know what I mean.
I just saw his pictures on Facebook. I saw that purple suit.
Yeah.
It's like the coolest thing ever.
They
He's
did it, and they went
definitely
everywhere.
Doc
You
Ellis
could have probably seen them too if you were driving around a little bit over at Gates. I think they went on the tennis court at one point, but they had sheets up so you couldn't see.
So real who's who.
It is.
They all
Go,
get to
if
be the
you
people
can, you
of the
can
year.
all you can get that. Go to the Friends of Scituate Seniors website. It's also available in a couple other, in some stores too. I
Yeah,
don't know
you
which
can
ones
buy
off
them
the
in a
top of
lot
my
of
head.
places. And it's a
I wanna buy
fundraiser for the community campus.
You got it. You got
Village
it.
Market Store.
So that comes out in 2020. That's new in 2020. But you know, in 2019, we got a lot of new things here in Scituate. So we're going to run down through that just a little bit. First up, this town got official logos. Here they are. All right, let's go there. Brianna, you originally said this was tacky. You want to retract that?
Wait.
And Cam said it looks
No.
like a bad 90s graphic course. Yes, I have. Here's the clip.
So this is our logo now.
So you will see all of these popping up. This is the official logo that you'll see all around town.
Okay.
What?
Could do better, but I'm just saying.
You told me I was harsh, and then you just
And then
put me on the spot.
We also got bags too that came with it. Have you seen these? Just in time. Yeah, look at
I don't
that.
like that it's a square,
I'm
so
a
clearly in
crest
a
person.
circle.
I'm a crest. Like I think like a cool like just go with an anchor, man, or something. Like,
yeah, ooh, an anchor would have been good.
You know, just like I know well, it would be good, but like everything's an anchor. Like
Would have
Scituate
been
sailors
good.
are an anchor. Like
But then that's like branding, right? Like it
Listen,
should
this
be
is
all
official.
one
This
thing.
is a
Like
trademark. It
Marshfield
is official.
It's official.
Oh, it is.
It's on
they-
all the signs. You haven't seen them?
No, look, let's
No,
talk about those
right
signs. Those signs
The
are
signs
really
are a
good.
great
I love the
idea.
signs. Have you seen the signs around?
No.
They direct everything, where beaches are, like Fourth Foot, all
wait
of
a
that
minute, yes, I
stuff, down
have.
the harbor.
Oh yeah, because they're at they're in the harbor. Yeah.
There is something about they work in that
So
sense.
weren't they? I feel like
I don't
that
know, it
design
just
was
seems
there
weird.
before for like the Cole Parkway.
Correct, but we did not. It was not officially ours.
Oh,
We
okay.
were,
See,
the
now
trademark
it's
was.
trademarked.
Now it's starting. to
It took
come
about
out,
3 to
you
4
know,
years.
Oh,
Yeah.
It
well,
took
we have this
4
logo.
years to get this
The
logo.
trademarks can take a while.
We just trademarked a lighthouse that was
Marshfield is a
already
big
ours.
M. Like
Forget it. I'm
on.
sorry. I'm not
And it's
trying to be
lovely.
negative.
Okay, also new in 2019, school start times. We got new school start times. What are they? What are they?
Elementary school started at 8:55. Middle school started at 8 a.m. and high school starts at 8:15.
Fun.
Did you say it's only 5-minute difference?
Or 4-minute for us.
Yeah, I think the elementary schools
4
are the ones that
minutes.
really changed.
8:11 was my start time.
Did you get out 4 minutes earlier? I think
They
they
did.
did. 2:41.
They did.
Yeah, we did get 2:41.
It's so confusing. And
But,
I mean, just trying to avoid the traffic. I don't know how. I mean,
Yeah, but we also didn't get those half days on Thursday.
oh, yeah, they changed
Oh,
that
those are
too.
new.
Late start Wednesdays and then a fourth early release Thursday.
Every 4th week.
It's a mess. Good luck. I've said this to parents. I don't know how you figure that out.
I saw it on the count. Like we put it on a calendar at home, and I'm like, what the heck is that?
And I originally said, I always looked at the calendar like 1 month and said the first
Right.
3 weeks and then the 4th week, but that's not the case because as the year goes on, it shifts.
Yeah, and then you got February, weird month, and then
I don't know how people do it. What else?
should never go by the number of the week of the month. Let's go by like I don't know.
What else is new, Seth?
New in 29. Okay, the high school, Peggotty, the therapy dog, she came back. If you didn't know, she got fired. She got fired last year, but she lawyered up. And she is back. She got herself reinstated. Okay, that's a
forget why
joke.
she
She didn't
got
lawyer
fired,
up.
though.
She was deemed a distraction to the students.
Honestly, fair.
Listen, if I'm walking by, like, and I try to pet Peg, you know, it's like she's not that much of a distraction.
She's the comfort dog. if
She
you want
tries to
familiar.
bite my fingers every 5 minutes, but yeah, she
sounds so
thought they were very delicious.
And researching, we discovered she has a Twitter account, I
She
believe.
does. There's so many tweets about her. I love.
Yeah, so the dog. By the way, again, we got the dog park. That's really nice. We've already sort of hinted at that with Lisa Huffman. We also got the big thing, the athletic fields over at the high school.
course.
Those are really big. They finally did play on them.
Yeah.
You know, therefore at the
Thanksgiving game.
Thanksgiving game.
Absolutely amazing.
It did.
It's so nice. It's so much better. They moved the scoreboard so like at sundown it's not going to be in your face. When
Oh,
normally
is that why they did that?
Yes.
Right.
And it's just it's nice to see a track with no potholes in it. And
Got a great press box.
The press box,
Great press box.
and it has
Is that
a
where you
great.
guys were?
Yeah, the press box is great now. Nice, nice. I know. I was
Great.
there. I don't know why you didn't take. But also, they got an elevator.
Yes, for
You're
helping handicap.
welcome, town of Scituate.
I'm just saying a ramp would have been suffice.
No,
but
wait, look, we don't mess around. Elevator.
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 Outdoor elevator. How
Access.
long is that going to last for? I'm just wondering. I feel
I
like it's going to
know.
break. We're going to find
It better
out.
not, because guess who's probably going to have to pay for it?
Us again.
Exactly.
again.
That's what I'm saying. But you know what doesn't break? A ramp.
2019 Cameron.
Ramps.
Oh, wait, you know
Escalator.
what? With that athletic field, I forgot to mention this, that along came a new athletic director for the high school named Brianna.
Brianna.
What's
Peter
your-
and Brianna.
Peter and Brianna. Here's our boy. Here's our
meant to
boy.
be. Brianna
Any
and
thoughts,
How'd
Brianna?
that sound?
I don't think we've actually officially met.
I've spent a lot of time with him.
thought you
He's a
guys
very nice
No,
guy.
we've never
He's
met.
driven. He's come on.
You couldn't even
Look
come
at
up with
those
a second
forearms.
adjective.
Look at those
He is
forearms.
dedicated. You should see him with the students. He interacts with them well. He's
nice.
passionate.
That's good. I mean, for the name alone, it's worth a first date.
Peter,
Let's do it.
Oh,
Brianna.
no.
We'll decorate
Maybe that'll
this.
be our
No,
next
we'll
in
decorate
2020.
We'll play
This
some
will be the
music.
date.
Yeah.
We'll play some music. We'll have some candles here.
Love it.
I'll get some food from somewhere, and we'll make it. I don't cook well, and then we're gonna, we'll lay it out, and we'll just mic you guys up and let you be.
Yeah.
And we'll come back. It'll be like
The beginning.
MTV Bravo style. We'll be like in the other room looking at the feed.
We tried for that the summer romance and all of that,
dress up
and it
as a
just didn't happen. We're gonna make that happen.
Okay.
All right. Speaking of love, we got some love on our Facebook page. Actually, no, we didn't. Will you please just go like our Facebook page? Can we just make it happen?
What if we have a goal, our New Year's resolution?
We're not even at 700. It's so pathetic. All
I
we
feel like I
want to do
remember
is
you
get to
saying this about
700.
600 though.
I know, but
liked
it's
your
so
Facebook
pathetic. Even like the animal shelter has 24,000, and I mean.
Everyone loves animals.
I'm
Not
just gonna,
everyone loves us.
we're just going to start putting animals on our Facebook page. Okay, but let's,
What else?
while we're talking Facebook, let's talk our most popular post that we did. It was the car into the bank. We already talked about
no
that.
shocking there.
No, almost 7,000 views
We
on
got
that.
a lot of hate on that though.
Yeah, we didn't really talk about that. Some people were, they were saying, should you show this wreck?
People thought it was exploitative.
Oh my god.
But again, isn't that what the news is?
the news shows
Right.
shootings all the time. What do you mean? Like
Yeah, I didn't.
We
I think
didn't
it's
show
just-
like kids crying.
Just
it was
very
a car
sensitive.
To a bank, and the driver got somewhat injured. But other than that, it was fine.
I think everyone was fine.
everyone was fine.
Also, 2019, since we're talking Facebook, let's discuss Situate's favorite thing to do, or the thing that always happens everywhere: missing animals.
Oh yeah.
So let's we counted up how many missing animals we had in 2019, Brianna.
would guess roughly 115,526,999.
Whoa, where'd you get that? Wow. Interesting.
What? Seriously.
People gotta.
Even the birds went away. Remember Andrea Hunt's bird flew away?
Yeah.
Well, maybe Jim had something to do with it.
Everyone cares very heavily about.
They also gotta watch them. Come on.
I say this over and over. Maybe it didn't run away. Maybe it's trying to get away. And they're just like, come back.
It's a bird. It wants to be free.
There's an option.
Fine. All right. Think while we're talking lost, things we lost in 2019. We did lose a lot of things. We're not talking people here. Just
Okay, good. You freaked me out.
Yeah. No. Don't worry about
This
that.
is not an in memoriam.
No, it's not. But for instance, first thing, plastic bags.
Oh,
RIP.
They gone.
Yeah.
I'm happy those are gone, but
Well, he wasn't at first. Being
I
the
wasn't at
Shaws.
first, but
why can't they put handles on a paper bag?
I asked my boss the same thing, and he said, "Why? We have these." And I went, "Oh,
my
good,
God.
good."
Good
Good
rationale.
response, man.
But you have to buy new ones. Whatever. at
He
some
did,
point.
and they still do, but it's because Shaw's doesn't make them. Star Market does, and when we
Trader
ran out of
Joe's.
the paper bags during like Thanksgiving, Star Market gave us some with the handles, and they were like gold. Oh my God! They were
Nice.
like people were fighting for them.
By the way, I'm convinced that there's going to be a spike in foodborne illnesses in the coming years because people put meat into the reusable bags. Even if they do wrap them up, I think about that
Do you know
all
how many
the
times I've
time.
opened a
Wait, are you
reusable
not
bag and
supposed
smelled
to do that?
fish?
Ew.
No, because
I don't
they
use reusable
No, but they
bags.
don't wash them. It's fine if you put them in, but if you leave them in for a while and you get meat juice in there, I would at the very least hose it down.
I don't wash mine. I just put them, and not that I think any juice. But you don't use.
Get your meat in
What do
paper.
you use?
Get your meat in paper is not
The
the worst
paper
thing ever.
ones.
Exactly. Get your meat in paper. The rest of it can go in the reusable.
Like
That's
you use
good.
this?
Those get disgusting.
Yeah.
Those get absolutely disgusting when you put like anything that's like perishable.
I see a lot of people that just grab the meat and don't put it in a
and
plastic bag
that
there
works too. Yeah.
Put them in the plastic bag first. That'll help. Okay, but that we lost in 2019. Blizzard bags over at the school.
That
Cam,
was
give us a
good
brief.
thing.
If you
Blizzard
don't know what
bags-
this is.
Yeah, blizzard bags were a alternative to replacing the snow days during the summer, where the days lost. They would give us a set amount of work to do in a literal bag, and when they were deciding, oh yeah, we're probably gonna have a snow day the next day, the kids would take home these blizzard bags and do the work assigned to them, and then bring it back.
Interesting.
Yeah, it
There you
doesn't
go.
work out.
Failed attempt.
R.I.P. to all bags.
Also, R.I.P. to Mike Subs.
Sad. I do miss them.
Yeah.
They were good. They were good. It was just they just didn't have enough
The-
employees.
And I think
Or
that they were.
commitment to anything.
No.
It seemed like they were open sometimes when
That's
they
what I
were
mean.
closed when they're supposed to be open
Yeah.
sometimes. Anyway, I hope he's doing okay. He did have that drama with the logo. Remember that?
Of
He
course.
also he worked at Jersey Mike's and
Right.
kind of
Mhm. A
like
little tricky.
defected. Hate to say it, but he did. And-
Yeah. Finally, final thing, we lost the trees across from Kennedy's on 3A.
Really?
They came down for what? The Herringbrook Meadow Development.
Oh,
Yay.
They're gone. They're gone.
is that a new? What
It's
is
a new-
what type of housing is that?
I want to say this is 40B,
I believe
but
it is. Yeah,
I might cut that out because I might not know.
it's okay. It's all right. Nobody knows. We don't know what we're
many
talking
years?
about. What else? Okay, let's talk 2019 overall. Maybe not Scituate. Top movie of the year. What was it?
Oh, The Lion King?
What?
Cam?
I haven't even seen that, and that's literally just the first
Cam,
line.
just guess.
Top movie of 2019.
No, guess.
Oh, guess?
Yep.
Shoot. Give me a
It
minute.
is not The Lion King.
It's not The Lion King.
What? That's like the biggest Disney movie of all time. How is it
Oh
not
my God,
The
what was
Lion
that? What was
King?
that one that came out?
Hurry up,
Oh,
Cam.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
No way.
The Avengers.
Oh, damn it! Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Top selling album of 2019.
Oh, that's the Taylor Swift one, right?
Oh, maybe Taylor Swift.
Lava, Taylor Swift, of course. By the way, with that release, she became the female with the most #1 debuts
Cool.
for a female. Yeah, good for her. Have to,
2020, she's got a big tour coming.
the Lover Fest or something like that. At Gillette. Yeah.
It's at Gillette. It's very expensive.
Umbriana then.
I know. Oh my gosh, maybe my new boyfriend will take me.
Peter.
Ooh, Peter.
Umbriana.
Buy some tickets.
There would be
Wow.
definitely a second date.
Have you seen the Cats yet, Taylor?
No.
Oh, I heard it was absolutely.
I think you have to see this.
I've heard
I haven't
bad
seen it,
things.
but it's just like you have to. It seems
And
like
I've
it's a
heard
train
they
wreck.
had like almost recalled it, right? They had
They
to
did.
do
They sent
re-CGI.
new
They were like
versions
the
out.
music. Like I heard the music was good because it was
Oh.
from Broadway, obviously.
Yeah.
So it was
Something's up with Judi Dench's hand.
Yes, the hands look terrible, and it's just awful animation, and it looks scary, and I don't want to watch it. So
Yeah, I'm not into cats anyways.
Word of the year for 2019.
Oh,
lit.
No, that's like old, I bet. I don't know. Some acronym.
They.
Oh, what? Because they added they as a gender-neutral pronoun.
They is a pronoun used to refer to a person whose gender identity is non-binary. A word that itself. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
They.
cool.
Ah.
Good for them. To the
There you go.
dictionary people.
Let's move on. Another fail from 2019. Guess who's up this time? Not us. Frank Snow.
Awkward.
Remember from Heritage Days? Here's his sign. What did it say? Frank Snow.
Don't think we forgot Frank.
No one's off the hook this year.
Oh, bless his
Frank
heart.
R. Snow Inc. Building and Remodeling.
Hey, we're still talking. We said it's great PR.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he does building and I'm going to assume remodeling, so if anyone's in the market for that, or remodeling.
Might add an extra cabinet to my.
There's always next year, Frank. There's always next year. Okay, let's discuss. How about we do some best dressed of 2019?
Yes, that sounds so
2019. Okay, first up, it is those lovely women of the Scituate Garden Club. Cam, you know them, don't
Oh,
you?
of
We spent
course.
plenty of time. We did a
Yes.
bunch of these women. Fabulous.
They are.
Hands down.
Lots of nice hats.
No matter where you see them, we
were
did
ready.
we did that promo shoot with
Yes.
them. They were dolled up. They were
so
ready to
ready.
happen. All of them too, and even when they work the event too, they don't mess around. They make sure.
Yeah, we got some nice turtlenecks, some nice hats.
It's the hats too that really
hats
make
that
that
do it
happen
in,
for
yeah.
them.
I love a nice hat.
Yeah.
Okay, next up on that best dressed list is the one, the only Linda Hayes,
I love
COA director. This woman, I mean, here she is at this was she is on the runway, the catwalk.
Wait, what?
Yes, this was at
Seth,
the
explain this event.
Yeah.
This was, what was this? Flowers and Fashion, and and so they featured fashions from, I'm blanking on the store.
J. Jill.
Thank you, J. Jill. And so yeah, Linda was there. The hat, I mean, she was twirling everything. But anytime you see her, I mean, she's always looking good.
Oh my God.
Always going around town.
It's honestly so wholesome.
It is.
Yeah,
Next.
she knew what she was doing. Okay, next up, Michelle and Murray.
Oh, this is a good one.
Okay, she's a real estate
Set the scene.
agent. All right, now look, here are just some good pictures of her we took these from her Facebook page. Fabulous woman, great real estate agent. We love her, but she really fell onto our radar when Brianna and I went to the Halloween party. Isn't this correct? And we walked in.
Which is a fundraiser for the Scituate Dog Park.
Yes, and we walked in, and Brianna said, "What is?"
I said, you said. Don't blame
well,
me.
in a good way. It was sort of like, what is this woman wearing?
Take
It was
a
a
look.
costume party, and what was she?
She was dressed as the Bionic Woman.
Bionic woman.
Look at those leggings.
It was the leggings that caught our eye first, and that's the we knew. And her husband was the Bionic Man.
$6 million man.
Or $6 million.
I don't know that reference, to be honest.
I think that, yeah, I don't know.
I think that's before my time.
Me too. You know that, Seth?
I think it's actually before, I'm going to say maybe like 70s, I don't know.
Oh.
It's a TV series. I think it
Retro.
is.
All right.
You were alive for that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, finally on that best dress list, should be of no surprise to anyone.
Yes,
the
she's
one,
like number one in my
the
opinion.
only Patty Lambert.
Oh my gosh. I
Oh.
want her wardrobe.
The Anna Wintour
Look at that
of
jacket.
Scituate. Are you kidding me? Everywhere we
We
see
got the
this
slow-mo
woman.
going too.
Oh yes.
Can we
Do
play
not
some,
mess
like,
with her.
fancy
It doesn't
jazzy
matter
music?
what the event is. She looked. In fact, you saw her at a planning
I
board
saw
meeting.
her twice, I think last week, and she had different fur jackets on each time. Told me she had a shopping addiction problem.
She was flexing on us in the grocery store because I bumped into her then and she still was best dressed.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
No, it does not matter. She could be going out to get the mail. She'd be dressed up like that.
She told me she's got a whole boot collection at home. That's my girl.
I gotta see that. We should do a house tour with her.
Yeah,
That's not
let's
a bad
just see
idea.
your closet.
A house tour?
I love that. Well done.
So best dress implies
Invade your
what,
home.
Seth?
What do you mean? I don't know. That's what people say.
No.
What?
No, it's the opposite of best dressed.
Oh, I look. I don't
Do you
want.
wanna wait?
I don't want. Okay, I didn't want to be too negative.
Oh!
Fine, we'll do it. Worst dressed Cam Stone. Here's why.
I knew it.
Because you know, he used to be
Why?
on Weekly. He would
Why?
never, ever. Is this it?
Why?
Every time you ask him where a dress
had
shirt?
school.
No, it doesn't matter. You could. I told you could bring it here and just put it on.
We have a video clip of it too.
Listen.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a vid? Thank
So
you.
many times I said, just please wear the shirt. Cameron?
Yes.
Dress shirt?
forgot it. Seth, I have a lot on my mind. This is a very important time in my life, and I can't just remember to get up and get a dress shirt. I was in a full suit yesterday. I was in a full suit. Why didn't we film then, huh?
Yeah, you could. If you had it, why didn't you bring it?
Hey, I remember this time, did I not?
Worst dressed Cam Stone.
Okay. All right. Yep, I knew it. I don't know how to dress myself. I'm sorry. I'm learning. All right.
There's always next year. I know. There's always
Next year you can be on best dressed.
No, maybe I don't want to anymore.
Okay, fine.
Anyway, all right. So we did. So it is the end of 2019, but we should also mention this. It's also the end of a decade. At the end of the 10s, we're entering the 20s now.
The 10s were fun.
Roaring
the 10s,
20s?
yeah. So I always said I wish I'd grown up in the Roaring 20s. Something about that era, just loved it. It just seems like it was fun, big party.
To the Great Gatsby.
Maybe.
Ooh, I love the Great Gatsby.
All right. Okay, so let's do this. Let's look back at some of the memes from the 20s.
Fun.
Remember? So see what you remember in 2010.
I don't know that one.
Keanu Reeves.
Yes.
They photographed him. He was looking very sad, and they started putting him on things.
I don't know these.
Keanu Reeves.
I'm gonna skip down here a little bit. Her.
Oh, Black Friday, Rebecca Black.
Yeah.
What year was that? That was not this year.
This is not Black Friday. 2011. 2011 was Rebecca
my
Black.
God.
13-year-old. I think she had.
There was an ad in New York that said that her viewership, like the listening of that song, increased 30% every single Friday for the past decade.
Wow. Grumpy Cat.
Yeah. Remember these? Oh, gee, I don't know if you know the
Binders
binder.
full of women.
Remember
Mitt Romney.
when he said that?
Love that.
And then it went on for a while. Those are great.
Binders full of
The
women.
potato Jesus, I remember that.
No.
I tried to redo the picture. That's the new one.
I have zero clue.
Oh, God.
And everyone was like, "Oh my God."
Oh, that was like the
Harlem Shake.
Harlem
Can
Shake,
you believe that?
wow.
2013 Harlem Shake.
Dog memes are the best
They
memes.
are. Thirsty. I kind of remember that.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Marco Rubio. Kim Kardashian.
So I can't show the other pictures. 2014.
I don't think
Wow.
I don't think that magazine has been out since then.
Yeah, what is Paper Magazine?
Oh, there it is.
Well,
Thank
there
you,
it
sir.
is.
Oh, yes, this
Remember
guy.
this guy?
Cute
Mugshot,
guy.
Yeah, Mugshot. He ends up getting a modeling contract
And
from
he's
that
dating a
mugshot.
model, I think, now too. There's
Yes,
some girl.
yeah. He was in jail and everything, and then
Is no one gonna
when he got
address
out,
the teardrop?
no,
tattoo?
he
Yeah.
works it. Look, I think there's a
Oh, here it is.
What
What
color do you guys
color?
see?
Everyone play it. What do you see? What do you see? What color?
blue and black.
Right now I see white and gold.
What is wrong with you?
Right.
You're just saying that.
No, I don't.
No,
I
you
swear
are.
to God.
This
No,
is
I
the
don't.
big debate.
there's
Remember?
something
It's
fishy.
No, I
still-
don't.
doesn't go away.
I can see both though. Like if I like
You gotta
come
get
back to look
cataract
at it,
surgery. We gotta
if I
fix
can
this,
look at
alright?
it like from different angles, then I could like. But right now
What are you
I
talking-
truly see white and
It
gold.
depended on what
Interesting.
screen you were looking at on, and
Could
right
be.
now it's
But
blue
when
and
I
black.
first saw it, I thought it was blue and black. So I can see both.
Yeah.
Oh, I can see both.
But I don't know why.
Some people can. It's odd. Yeah, there's an explanation. Listen,
It's
I
like
don't know
that
what it was.
Yanny and Laurel.
Yes.
No,
Yeah,
that's different too.
Yeah. What? Anything else from here?
Netflix and chill, yeah.
That was this year? I mean, this decade? I
yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
A decade's a long time.
Netflix got big in streaming of the
2014.
That's true.
Remember that? The meme, Evil Kermit.
Oh,
yeah.
Evil Kermit's good too.
Yeah.
Oh, Harambe.
R.I.P. to Harambe. That was really big in 2016.
Yeah.
I did a whole thing. I was like, it was an inside job.
Once again, though, doesn't it just feel like you see these and you're like, that was that? I mean, that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
I hate it, but like, it's part of history now.
Let's get back to 2019. Let's talk about our YouTube videos. The top 3 YouTube, Scituate Television's YouTube videos. Top 3. At number 3 was the WATD candidate forum from April.
How many views?
2,100. Two more than more plus. Now I was there for that too. I mean, again, these
That whole election was a circus.
it was very interesting. A very small room, and Tibbetts came in late. It was very, very tense. You
Wait, I
couldn't
was
go.
filming that, yeah.
You weren't
no.
there.
No, I filmed
No.
one of the Tibbetts things.
Yes,
We freaked
yeah.
out.
So number 2 was probably the Selectman meeting that he did film in January, if you believe this. This was almost 7,000 views. Now this is when Tibbetts first, Billy Tibbetts first really appeared. This is when he and his family had won that
Rise
gas
started.
station. This meeting was what kicked off his election.
Yes.
Because he went to the Selectmen after going to the planning board, who said they didn't want the gas station to be the
Center, the opening, the entrance to the Scituate.
Right. And so we went to the Selectmen, and that did not go so well. And then he marched himself straight to the town clerk's office and got the papers out to run for
It
Selectman.
was like something out of Star Wars, I swear to God.
It was, and that number one, and that, so did I say that's 7,000, almost 7,000 views. The number one was, yet again, a Selectman meeting from April with almost 11,000 views.
Oh, this is the one where he brought his father in.
He brought his father, and really it was because of one moment. Here it is.
If you want my vote, yes, you do.
No, I don't have to convince you.
Billy, shut
This is crazy.
By the way, if you watch that meeting, one of the funniest, not funniest, but the most interesting parts is if you look at Billy and his dad, Joseph, the woman sitting behind as it's meltdown. It's just
like,
this slow I mean, she's just pure terror. She's right there.
I always feel a little bad for the people who sit in the first row in the Selectmen's hearing room because they don't probably know they're on television.
No. A lot of them don't. And then if you're not on television, I can look at you whenever I want. Yeah.
Well, that was tense. So let's finally go straight to the shocking Scituate Showdowns. Like I said, it's a doozy every year. We're going to count them down from 7. What?
Oh, no.
I think we have like them picked out.
Okay, most of them, we know who won. Okay.
But at the end, who wins the showdown?
Yeah, I was saying like we give our opinions on that. No? All right. Sorry.
They speak for themselves.
They do. Okay, so first up, it's the planning board, our good friends on the planning board, all right? So this goes, I believe it was October. And you know, the planning board had the final say sort of for that senior center, right? So they gave the final approval to move forward with plans to make this happen. And before the planning board voted, they let their feelings be known about how this all came in front of them. Here's what they had to
do. I think we could have done much better as a town? Most certainly. And finally, just that this whole process as a planning board member who donates a lot of time trying to do planning in this town, I am very disheartened with how this went, and I'm going to leave here disappointed no matter what the outcome. Thanks.
Would I do it if this was somebody else other than the town and something other than our senior center? Correction, I guess I've reached that point. Senior center. No.
We wanted to be clear that we stated that the applicant has not done any long-term planning for this site. And I think Bill is absolutely right that we boxed ourselves in on this site.
My job as an elected member of the planning board is to do what is in the best interest of the entire town of Scituate. And I believe in planning. And as far as I'm concerned, this is not planning.
Love her.
And
there's the
win.
Scituate's mother.
Mother of dragons, right there.
There you go.
I haven't seen her yet.
We'll make sure you see her.
Oh yeah, I'll see her at some point.
I think Ann Burbine won that one.
Yeah.
But they ended up voting for it. I mean, obviously, they moved ahead with it. It was a 3-2 vote. And Burbine and Patty were the two that voted against it.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
But like, so they were just. Is the point that they're disheartened is the fact that they were so split the entire time?
They just felt like it just wasn't well put together, and then it just all fell onto their lap, and they had to make the decision. And the people were getting upset with the audience after that. Okay, let's jump to May. We're going to go to May of 2019, specifically at that town meeting. There's a lot of voting going on, but in the middle of it, we had some police activity. The setup is that there's an individual that steps up to the mic and it didn't quite understand. He wasn't supposed to interrupt the moderator. He kept doing it, and that's when things happened.
Excuse me.
You're out of order.
I'm not out of order. I was skipped.
Would a police officer kindly come forward? Wait right there.
Am I under arrest or am I asked to leave?
Sergeant Bates.
Am I under arrest?
Under Chapter 39, Section 17, I maintain the rules of order at this meeting. I am asking you to be in order. Will you be in order?
Yes, sir.
Officers, you may return to your posts.
I was so anxious.
And it was so quiet too. It was just like
after the large collective groan from the entire audience.
Oh God.
Here we go.
Hey, July, so we're going to go to Facebook, though, on this one, and it comes down, there was a big showdown over at Sand Hills, specifically at that general store. You were following this story.
Of course.
Fill us in on this.
So quick synopsis, basically what happened. Jim Hunt, friend of the show, he and his friends have what I believe are weekly coffee chats. They talk about politics, whatever's going on. And around the summertime, they were doing them in the Sandhills General Store. I imagine that is a small location. There's not a lot of seating. Essentially, they got into a heated argument, and there was some punches thrown, I believe.
Didn't they say like a chair or something got thrown?
They were asked to leave, if I believe, and then they posted about it on, Jim posted about it on Facebook, which was met with a equally angry response from the owners of the general store, and it kind of just blew up online. But
the general said they banned them. They're like,
Yeah.
you're no longer welcome here.
Physical fight in front of children. Like,
Yes.
come on.
I see them now at the Dunkin' on front.
Oh.
They're all wedged in the corner together and sitting there.
Dunkin's a good choice too.
I would do that anyway. Yeah, that's a much better one.
But look, when this is what people talk about. When we get that new senior center, that becomes the location where everyone goes.
I don't think.
Do you ever go to the Dunkin' on Front Street in the morning?
So we're gonna get
Packed.
physical
All
fights in
the elderly, the older residents, they're all there.
I'd do that like for McGuire's classes. We have to get up early. I'd always show up and get coffee, and I'd always be there. Yeah.
Well, I do think they said they're putting a cafe in the senior center.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay, let's go back to the Selectmen. We're going to go to May this time. It involves Selectman Vice Chair Sean Harris. And the showdown is that there is a resident in front of them that wants to install a sewer system, I believe. And then a person in the audience wants to know about the Selectmen.
Just your name and address.
Erin McLaughlin, 9 Pearson Drive. The first question that I have, the second question is, are any of you abutters to Leo? And do any of you do business with this install?
I do.
What is that business?
Diesel fuel.
Okay, can we?
Diesel fuel.
You do business with Mr.
Yes.
Okay.
Have for about 40 years.
Okay, just a fair question.
Yeah.
It sounds like
Sean, no.
Well, excuse me. No.
Let's not go there.
Yeah, don't even.
Sean works in town.
I'm trying to help, not just him. I'm trying to help everyone on Bittersweet. And you, are you tied in? How long have you been there?
25 years.
Yeah, people have been there a lot longer. People, I figured you'd be doing cartwheels to get tied in.
Okay, let's
trying to help people. Jesus.
Doing cartwheels.
He was not having it. You were there, right?
No, I was there.
That was you.
You could see
Yeah.
me in the video, and I'm just like, oh God.
Yeah. Oh, those moments.
I love Sean Harris though.
He's great.
He's normally so like level-headed too. So when you can see.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on. We're going to go to the athletic field vote. Now, if you remember this, so the athletic field a renovation project that's going on at the high school. It's like there's a whole bunch. So it was at town meeting. Maybe this in May. Okay. Now what the setup is that there was controversial a little bit that some people didn't necessarily like the turf or some of the financial things. Mm-hmm. So there was an effort to not to get this to pass. So it was voted on. And it did pass. Now, if you're familiar with how town meetings work, at any moment during that meeting, a vote could be brought up one more time, and one more time only. Mm-hmm. So what happened after that first vote, and it did pass, all the supporters cheered, and a huge percentage of them left. That left the supporters that stayed very nervous because of the people that did not want it. They could have done a recount at any point. A revote. So they took matters into their own hands, and as we've said before, this was extremely a Game of Thrones strategy move. So take a listen.
All right. The motion that you're making is to reconsider the votes on Article 3D and Article 1211, correct?
Correct, and would you explain to people what that means? Or do you want me to take a crack?
Okay, well, we'll get to the explanation in a minute. It's been moved. There's a second. Discussion. Go ahead, sir.
Well, I was hoping to reconsider it, and then I would implore everybody who voted for it earlier to vote against re-voting for it now, so that can it be called again after I do it, or does he only get one crack at it?
One crack at it.
One crack at it. So what we're going to do is we're going to re-vote on it, reconsider it, but everybody who voted for it, I would implore you to vote against re-voting for it. You follow? Want to give it a try, Mr. Moderator? It's kind of tricky, but I think you can do it.
All right. What the speaker is trying to do is to
Not very eloquently, I apologize.
is trying to close the door on future reconsideration by making a motion to reconsider now in the hopes that it's defeated. He doesn't really want to reconsider it. He wants to
Because it's been far
close
too long
the
and too many
procedural
people have left.
possibility that it might come up later in the meeting. And it can only come up once.
Smart.
I mean,
It was good. Again, another moment where I was just like,
we were both
whoa.
there. It was like, wow.
Welcome to American politics.
I know, that's democracy at its
They knew,
finest.
they knew what they were doing. We said, even at the end, all of them were there and they huddled in the back, the supporters of it. Brilliant. Brilliant.
And now we have new turf.
Now we have done. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
Do you think it would have changed if he didn't do that?
No.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No,
But-
Purdue did it.
Hey.
Okay, let's go to October. Another showdown, another
Oh, yeah.
selectman. This time the chair, Tony Vignani, and guess who, Cam? Scituate's mother of dragons, Ann Burbine. This is the setup. It is right before the Fall for Scituate event, which is up in North Scituate. Ann Burbine went in front of the Selectmen because she wanted them to waive a $100 fine for trash cans. The four of the Selectmen, aside from Tony, agreed. They said maybe, but Tony said no. If we're doing this for one thing, we should do it for everyone. That's when the two went head to head.
And I don't have a problem doing that. It's a great event. I go every year. But I don't want to nitpick. DPW is not worth this amount, so we're not going to give them this. And we're
That
not
is
gonna do it
not
fair.
what I'm saying. That is not.
It is, but,
No, it's not.
well, no,
It's
not
not.
in this last comment, but you did prior.
You know what, Tony? You and I can agree to disagree.
So we'll agree this. If you guys, I mean, obviously, you guys vote however you want, but I just think we're opening up a can of worms if all of a sudden we're looking into our fee structure for one event and changing it, because every single event that's come before us would have asked for the same thing.
Again, you and I are oil and water, so we're not going to go down that road, okay? We're not.
And wins again. I think that was good. Again, I was in the back of the room for that one too, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, and she knew. And then when I walked out too, she came out and she was.
I don't want to get in an argument with her. She would destroy me.
Imagine if she's your mom.
Oh man, I
get it.
Let me tell you, I'd be the most well-behaved child on earth.
All right, our final showdown. Final's not even really going to need much of a
Best
setup.
one.
It involves Tibbetts one more time and former chair John Danahy. They got into a little argument. Here it is. Here it is.
Get your business.
What are you staring at, Mr. Tibbetts? What do you want? You want to get in a staring contest?
I'm talking to Mr.
I know, but I'm just telling, no, I'm the chair here, and I'm running the meeting, and you know what? If this is what it's turning into, intimidation, cut it out, because otherwise, out the door you go. And I'm not talking about your dad, because he's been a gentleman and he's been respectful. You haven't. Cut it out. Go ahead.
Good showdowns. All right, that's about
So
it.
much
We've
good
got-
drama this
There is. Hey, you know what? But before we go though, let's talk briefly. 2020. So it kicks in what, a matter of an hour and just a few hours.
Yes.
Things to look forward to in 2020. North Scituate parking. The lot. It goes 2 hours. You get. Was it free? What is it? Free now? You can park there as long as you want.
I don't know. There aren't
Whatever.
really rules associated.
It's only going to be 2 hours. Selectmen race. Keep an eye on this. Once again, we don't know this for sure, but both Sean Harris and Tony Vignani, they're up. We don't know if they're going to run. If not, I mean, so there's that.
What if neither of them re-ran and then only women ran, and then we'd have an entirely woman board?
Hey, what's so weird about that, Brianna, huh?
That would be so strange, like in a good way.
They're just as good as men.
But don't you live for the day when you have a all-female board
That's
and
what
it
I'm
just
saying.
it isn't an issue or it doesn't like
It
make
shouldn't be
headlines.
an anomaly.
Right. Okay, so the Selectmen race. Also, we got some new faces probably coming. If you haven't heard, the school superintendent and the high school principal, Ron Griffin, the superintendent, the principal Rob Wargo, they are leaving the end. So
Yeah.
we'll have some new faces next year.
Rob Wargo leaving in January.
I like both of them. What the heck, guys?
I know, they were both great.
Also, our police chief, Mike Stewart, stepping down in June, July-ish.
Something first.
Anything.
So we'll have a new police chief coming in. What else do we say? But holiday dates. We looked this up. Holidays for 2020. I'm obsessed with this. It's great. Valentine's Day is on a Friday. Thanksgiving's on a Thursday. Christmas is on a Friday.
4th of July.
4th of July is on a Friday. New Year's is on
New Year's
on Friday.
Eve is on a Friday.
Right. It's great. 2020 is great.
Great and bad, because then it's like, for schools, it's like if Christmas is on Wednesday,
That's true.
you get
That's
the whole
true.
week off.
That's true. For adults, though.
For adults, it's great.
Love that.
Lots of long weekends coming up.
Yeah. Oh,
And it's a leap year.
and a leap year and a presidential election year.
Oh my God.
Boy, oh boy.
Can you imagine all the drama we'll have to talk about next year?
Good times ahead.
Yay.
All right, folks. Happy New Year's Eve.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy 2020.
Be safe.
We will see you in 2020. Have fun tonight. Be safe.
Drive safely.